I sincerely hope you don't run into this issue, wherefore you see the stop code inaccessible boot drive. This is very bad. Or you see checking media presence, which means your hard drive probably has a software issue or hardware related issue. Your Windows might be broken. But let me show you some steps how to probably resolve this issue. I hope you have backed up your data with a restore point or another drive, because there might be a chance you can't get it back. But let's follow these steps and see if we can fix the issue. The first thing I recommend you do, if you haven't backed up your data and everything like that, I mean, if it haven't happened yet, is to create a restore point. So make sure you type restore point right here in the Windows start menu, and now I'm going to press enter to open it. Then, of course, make sure you configure the C drive, which is probably the one with the Windows icon. Let's configure. And then you want to have selected at least 10 gigabytes. I have 40 gigabytes here because 1% is the lowest I can get. Then turn on system protection. Make sure you apply and click on OK. After doing this, make sure you create a restore point, because now it's going to create them for you automatically. Always make sure you do that yourself, because it's way better. So create, put down the date 0302 2025. There you go, and I create my restore point. There you go. Of course, just let this run. It can probably take around 3 minutes depending on your system. Just to clarify, this is not just a blue screen. This is the worst blue screen, because you can't access your own Windows anymore, which is very bad. But to explain why this error happens, if you already know what a BIOS is, it stands for Basic Input Output System. It is the part of your computer that controls Windows starting, the component, everything like that, but software related. And there's a problem with the BIOS and the hard drive with communicating and getting Windows to work. So this one we are seeing right now, the blue screen, is software related with Windows. This one is checking media presence, which means there probably isn't a Windows, it's broken. So step one is to go to your BIOS. And how to do that, you might ask? I don't know if you have ever seen this kind of screen. This is your BIOS. It's very old, this one, I know. Probably a lot of people already have a new BIOS. But to get here, make sure you press either F1, F2, F10, delete, or escape, depending on your manufacturer. When you start your computer, you see this screen. If you don't, make sure if you start your computer, you press the keys I just mentioned. F1, F2, F10, delete or escape, depending on which motherboard you have. You can see this right below. F10 for setup. You can see this right here. So of course, I don't know what kind of motherboard you have. I have a simulator right here for a ThinkBook laptop. And to keep it very simple, make sure you find an option like boot or hard drive devices. So let's go to boot. I'm going to have a look here, and you should be able to see some devices. For example, Windows Boot Manager is where your computer boots on. And right here, you can probably check if you're experiencing a software issue or hardware issue. But if you don't see Windows Boot Manager, it means that it's likely a hardware failure. For example, if the hard drive is missing. So if you don't see Windows Boot Manager and getting the media presence or something like that, make sure you disconnect the cables of your hard drive when it's turned off. Turn off the power cable, everything like that, and then plug it back in, start up the computer, and check if it's here in the BIOS or it's starting up. But sometimes it can also boot and it doesn't see the boot drive. You just have to configure it here and select the device and make sure it's at the top, because that's where it first tries to boot to. So that's if it's a hard drive issue. If it is listed and you probably get the blue screen, so this screen right here, is probably a software issue. So let's check if Windows is corrupt. What you, for example, can do is go to another PC with your hard drive and try to connect it there. I know a lot of people can't do this, so let me show you an alternative. So we need to get into the advanced options of Windows, the advanced startup options. So you can turn off your computer a few times and eventually you will see something like this. Make sure you click on advanced options. When you have that, you should be able to see these options right here. Go to troubleshoot. I'm talking about this one right here. Or even a better option, well, let's first try if startup settings is a great option. So startup settings is right here. And after doing that, you can probably select enable safe mode. So just press the number and try to start with safe mode standard. So no networking and no command prompt. Press number 4 right now. Then accept to restart your computer and then see if your computer can safely start up. If your computer can start up with safe mode, it probably means you can still fix the issue, and even better, you can transfer your files to another drive, what I really recommend, and then reinstall Windows. It's the best option you can have. If this doesn't work, we can go back to advanced options with troubleshoot like I showed you, and we go to command prompt. After going there, you should be able to see a command prompt in the middle of your screen. Make sure you type sfc /scan now. There you go. If you do this, your computer is going to check system files and it's going to check them if they are alright. Sometimes this can resolve the issue, but I recommend you do is really transfer the files from your hard drive and reinstall Windows. It's the best option you can do. And that is pretty much the last step I can show you. It is also the most stable. You don't want to solve the issue and keep using the same computer that can also return to the same problem. So it's going to check now. Eventually it's going to say like, hey man, I did this for you. It's working. It's great. So what I recommend you transfer if you want to transfer the files of your computer to another drive is this. Here I have my C drive. There are many files here, but keep it very simple. Program files and these program files, both of them contain applications, but if you transfer them, there's a high chance that they probably won't work. You have to reinstall the programs, but the files that are within it, so for example, I have Adobe, if I transfer my files, all my files will also transfer with it. So what we need to transfer in the C drive itself is I have a whole list here, but let's transfer program files, hold down Control, left click, then go to the next one, program files, x86, then we select users, Windows, and those are pretty much the primary ones if I look at my files. I also have games and Xbox games. It is all not important. You need your system to work. These are the 4 main core folders you need to transfer. I mean, Windows, you don't need to transfer. Sorry, Windows can be corrupt. Don't transfer anything from Windows. Just transfer users, program files and program files. If you transfer these 3 folders to another drive, your data is mostly backed up. Do note that there are some files, for example, within app data and all, but that means there's only a problem with some software you have installed. You can easily reinstall them by going to your list. You see a whole list of applications here. For example, I have Bloom, I have DroidCam, Epic Games, Hyper-V, it's a Windows feature, and all of that. And you have to reinstall it in the same folder and it should probably be working. Sometimes you can say that you have to replace it, doesn't work, but this is the best option for you if your system is as broken as this and you can still transfer your files. What I recommend you do is go to Google on your computer, another computer or your phone or friend, something like that, and search hard drive 4 terabyte external. This one right here should be more than enough. It's 125 euros, which is almost the same in dollars. Maybe it's around $130 or something. But still, that's the best thing you can do. Plug it in your system. Also have a USB drive with, for example, Hiren's boot. If you can't get into safe mode, make sure you first get into safe mode, because if you transfer your files there, you don't really need a USB drive to transfer the files to your new external hard drive. Then reinstall Windows, wherefore you do need a USB drive. So what I do recommend is you get a Windows USB stick that also contains Hiren's boot. So how you can do this? Well, if you type Hiren's boot in Google, you should be able to find this website. Go there, go to download above, scroll down, then you find this ISO, just click on it, will install. An ISO is where you can boot on. Then search up the Windows, ISO, download. You should be able to find Microsoft website. Always use the Microsoft website. Scroll down, there you go, disk image, make sure you get the ISO, select the version, there you go, click download, we'll do a validating request, Then product language, very easy, English, there you go. Then confirm, and now you can actually download it for 24 hours long. But download this one, you have 2 ISO files now. Make sure you search up Ventoy, this is the website, .net. Then go to downloads. Make sure you get it for Windows. And yes, you also have it for Linux, sadly not for macOS. If you click on the website, just go to this one. You automatically go here, I'm not gonna accept those, and download the latest version. Well, I made these 2 videos next to each other. This USB drive has everything on it, which means you can learn how to get Ventoy, put on the high-res boot, put on the Windows. You have both of them. Now you can transfer your files, reinstall Windows, everything like that. You can learn how to reinstall Windows right here. But of course, it's a little bit of a different step than the Ventoy. You just have to transfer those to your new USB drive. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I will really help you with it. It is very difficult. If you want to repair your own computer, you gotta need a USB drive, some external storage, everything like that. I'm really sorry about that. But get that external drive. It's probably around 100 bucks. Get it. Get the USB drive, which is not even 20 bucks, and fix your own computer. If you can't do it, make sure you comment down below. I can help you with it, or go to a nearby tech shop. I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you consider subscribing, because I'm going to be making more useful tech tips, tutorials on this channel. Don't delete your data. It should probably be fine. You can transfer it from an external drive, but don't transfer your Windows files. Get a full new one. Problem won't be appearing again. I want to thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.